What's up, guys? I'm Don Smith, and this is What's Cooking Neighbor. And as always, I'm about to take your taste buds on a culinary journey. And today we have a treat for you. What we're going to do is a Mexican street corn salad. And I know a lot of you saying, what is that? Well, in Chicago, where my wife is from, they have these things called elotes. These little corn that Mexicans sell on the street. They have they grill the corn, they put mayonnaise on it, and they put this right here, the cohete cheese on them. And I know I probably said that wrong. My wife will probably get mad, but oh well. But they put these cheese on them, and they're delicious. So what I've done, I've deconstructed that, and we're gonna pair that with these pork chops right here. They have already been melted in different Mexican seasonings. So let's get started. Our stove is already going over here. So what we're gonna do now is get our chops in there, and we're gonna sear those babies off, and then we're gonna start working on our Mexican street corn. So we're gonna come over here, and I have some canola oil here. We're just going to lightly put that in there just to cover the bottom. We don't wanna deep fry our chops. We're just pan frying them. Spread that oil all over our pan there. And let's get our chops. That's the sound I want to hear, that sizzling. Make room for all four of you babies. There we go. And everybody get a fun day at the spa. Now we're just gonna let that go. And back here where our chops are going, I'm gonna cut this down to about a medium high. Boom. Right now, we're gonna start working on our Mexican street corn. Of course, you can always go buy corn on the cobs and grill those babies off and just slice the kernels off of that. Or you can go this way, the way I went. This is a little faster, a little quicker. You can get frozen corn, but when you use frozen corn, you're gonna have to cook this a little longer because we do wanna get some kind of color on those. And if it's grilling season outside, go to the grill, get you some corn, throw those onto the grill, and just grill you some corn off and make some elotes. And if you haven't ever heard of it, I'll explain how you get it. It's some mayonnaise and the cheese. I've never heard of it until my wife and her family started eating it and asked about it, and I'm like, what in the world is an elote? And now I know. So we got our corn in here now with just a little bit of that canola oil. And we're gonna leave that on high, and we're just gonna let that go. But into that, we're gonna add, before I go any further, let me tell you what's gonna go into the Mexican street. We have cilantro, we have some limes, we have a red onion, we have paprika, cumin, kosher salt, black pepper, some mayonnaise. I have light mayonnaise and some light sour cream. Use your own judgment. If you don't want to go light, don't go light. It's totally up to you. Back over here with some fresh cracked black pepper. Be generous with that. A little of this kosher salt. A little bit of this paprika. We're gonna add all this into this again. Right now we're just seasoning up the corn and a little cumin. For me, I don't know why, but cumin is the quintessential ingredient in most all Mexican food. It's just, when I smell it, when I taste it, I just automatically think it has to be some Mexican to it. Now we're just gonna let this go. And let this try to get some little color on it. Back over here to our chops. I don't know why I got rid of my fork. Let's take a look. Are they browning up? They're going nice. I'm gonna cut this back up just a tad bit. Try to get a little browning on that side. Now back over here, we're gonna chop up some ingredients really quick. Our onion. This is a fairly big sized onion. We don't need the whole thing. And you know how we usually do it. Just gonna take the paper off of this. And watch your fingers. And just quick. And we don't need all this neither. So we're gonna roughly chop these up real quick. And set that to the side. Let that just hang out right there. And our cilantro. Just give this a rough chop as well. Our limes are going to come into play later. And just roughly chop that. My cutting board stopped moving on me. I'm a big fan of cilantro. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it. So I'll put it in, and I recommend you put it in too. Back over here, now, as you can see, we're starting to get a little color. The sugar in the corn is starting to caramelize. That's going around nicely. Back over to our chops. All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep on cooking. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, Mexican street corn with these chops. We're gonna put it all together. Stay with us.
A champion doesn't get days off. It takes determination and drive to realize goals. From long nights to early mornings. From the courts to the classrooms to online. At Campbellsville University, this is why we play. This is how we learn. This is where champions are made. Find your calling for a life change at campbellsville.edu.
WLCU-TV, a service of Campbellsville University. Comcast Cable Channel 10.
What's up, guys? I'm Don Smith, and this is What's Cooking Neighbor, and today we're doing pork chops with some Mexican street corn salad. We got our chops over here going. I just turned those over, letting those brown up. On the opposite side, we have our corn right here, and we're trying to get a little color on this just to replicate that grilling that we skipped because we didn't do a whole corn. We kind of cheated. We got frozen corn, which is okay. You're gonna get the same flavor and the same profiles anyway. So, and as you can see right there, we can cut this off now. There's some charring in there. Some of those are browned up nicely. And we can just take that off the heat. And just let that hang out for a second. And what we're gonna do with the Mexican street corn is a bowl. Boom. Gonna cut up our limes really quick. We're gonna need that lime juice. Out of 3 limes, you just And the juice is literally flowing out of those limes. Let all that just hang out really quick. Back over here to our chops. See, it's caramelized nicely on that side. I'm just gonna flip them if they need to be flipped. That one's not ready yet. Look at that caramelization on that. And this one's even more better. Take a look at that. That is beautiful. We're gonna let those go for a couple more minutes. Those are just about done. Now we're going to add our corn to the bowl here. And get rid of this. And then we're gonna hit the corn with paprika. About a couple teaspoons maybe. Some kosher salt. And as you know, I never measure anything because I'm not a baker. I hated baking in culinary art school because you gotta be precise with measurements, and I'm not. Some coarse cracked black pepper. And the coup de grace of it all, for me anyway, is ground cumin, or cumin, however how you want to pronounce it. I'll just stir that in. And I just got a big whiff of the cumin. Now we're going to add our onions, and I don't think we need all of that in there. So, now of course, and on the elotes there are no onions and all that, but in the salad it kind of makes it more of a salad. You can definitely add green peppers to this, scallions, habanero peppers. It's totally up to you. Make it the way you feel that you and your family are gonna like it. Like I always say, play with your food, make it your own. Back over to our chops. We're gonna cut these down. And we're just gonna let those go on low heat. Those look beautiful. Back over here to our Mexican street corn. Now we're gonna hit this with the cilantro, another one of those things that the pronunciation gets me in trouble at home. I'm just gonna stir that in. The smell of the cilantro and the onions and the cumin and the charred corn smells so delicious right now. Now all that's stirred in nicely, we're gonna go in with the lime juice. We have 3 limes right here. I don't know if we're gonna need it all. We're gonna use 2 of them, save 1 for the background just in case later on we might need it. How about we use, yeah, that's a lot of juice there. We're just gonna use 3 of these right now. And now we're gonna go with the sour cream and the mayo. Now remember, I'm using light sour cream. You can use some creme fraiche, of course, to go in this. Be just as good. Stir that in. And then we're going to hit it with our mayo. If I can get it open. Now we're going to go in with mayo. Again, this is a light mayo. You can use Miracle Whip. Your own choice. Use whatever you like to use around your house. And we're going to stir this in. All right, guys, we're just gonna continue with the Mexican street corn. I'm gonna clean up a little bit and we're gonna take a look at our chops. They're just about done. And when we come back, guys, you know what time it is, and that time is to eat. Right here on What's Cooking Neighbor, I'm Don Smith. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Campbellsville University Cosmetology teaches beauty inside and out. The cosmetology students at CU receive salon experience while learning in a contemporary environment from faculty who have worked in the industry. With areas of study ranging from hairstyling to salon management, Campbellsville University Cosmetology can help you turn your passion into a profession. Kickstart your cosmetology career today. Visit campbellsville.edu/cosmetology.
Busy days, busy night. When is your time? Campbellsville University has the online degree for you. Your time is now. Discover cuonline.com.
What's up, guys? I'm Don Smith, and this is What's Cooking Neighbor. And today we have been on a journey with some Mexican street corn salad. We have some chops over there in the pan that's been seared off, and those are almost done or just about done. Let's get our attention back to our Mexican street corn salad, I may say. Only one last ingredient is the cheese, and we're gonna dump that in there. Now, if you ask my wife, she says the more, the better. And I think not so much, but she is the ruler of the house, so we usually go with what she wants. But since this is my show, and she can't do anything about it, we're not gonna put a ton of this in here, but it is delicious nonetheless. And then when they came from Chicago and start talking about elotes, and I had no idea what they're talking about. And one day we went to a family function and they started pulling out these grilled corn, and I'm like, yes, grilled corn. And all of a sudden they started putting mayonnaise on it with some cheese, and I'm like, what are you doing? Who puts mayonnaise on grilled corn? But she said, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. And it took me about 3 years before I actually tried it. And they were good. They were good, actually good, but mayonnaise on corn. Then I thought, what can I do to jazz it up a little bit? Went online, looked up elotes, looked up Mexican street corn, and all of a sudden the Mexican street corn salad came up. So I did a little research on that and ran with it and made this my own. Of course, like I said, you could put chives in this, green onions, scallions, habanero peppers, bell peppers, red, green. You can make it your own. You can do what you want to do to make it yours. But this is a very quick and easy recipe that I came up really quick with this. Now we're gonna take a taste. That is dead on. And then we're gonna go in here, hit it with a little more paprika and a little more of that cumin. And we're gonna hit it with some more lime. Just don't throw your limes. There we go. Bring back the spoon. And this, my friends, is your Mexican street corn salad. My version of it anyway. So if there's any Hispanics out there who makes this and say that's nothing like my grandmother makes it, I apologize. I'm not your grandmother. But I do think it's good and you should try it. So set this aside right there. Turn our attentions back to, you guessed it, our chops really quick. Now these chops have been marinating for about 6 hours in different spices. Just a quick pan sear. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, let's bring this. I pick you. Pikachu, I pick you. That's right. Sorry, my friend, you'll have to be eaten. Now, you can leave this on the bone, take it off the bone, ever how you like it. Just make it fancy a little bit. Now let's get a plate. Let's plate this up. Let's take a look. Just set you to the side. What we're going to do with this beautiful street corn salad. And then we're going to come in with our chop. Just lay that like so. And there you have it. We have a beautiful, beautiful pan-seared pork chop, marinated for at least 6 hours for mine. You can do 24 up to 48 hours in different kind of seasonings. And we have a beautiful, beautiful Mexican street corn salad. If you never heard of it, try it anyway. Now, guys, you know, this is probably, I gotta catch my breath for this one. This is probably my favorite moment in the show, and that is when I get to at least try this. So we're gonna try the chops first. Nice flavor. It's not dried out too much, which is very hard to do with thin cut pork chops. They dry out very, very easily. You can taste the seasoning running throughout it. And that char on there from the pan sear. And you can even see where the seasoning has went down in there. You can see the ring of the seasoning on that. That means the flavor has penetrated the pork chop. That's very delicious. Now, let's try the Mexican street corn. It's crazy that it can be so good. Sour cream, mayonnaise gives it a nice tanginess, and the crunch of the onions and the sweetness of the corn where it's been charred. This is an A1 dish. I recommend that you try it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to sneak some of this out for my wife, because if I don't bring any home, I'm probably not gonna be let back in the house anytime soon. So, with that being said, thank you guys for joining me right here on What's Cooking Neighbor. I'm Don Smith. And you know what? Next time we're gonna do something fun and unique and out there, because I'm gonna take your taste buds on a culinary journey. Today was Mexican street corn salad. Tomorrow might be tilapia. I don't know. Stay with us. Come back again. See you guys.